Yo, shooters, loaders, and casters, welcome to the Georgia Shooting Connection Friday night live stream. Something happened, we lost Bama Dad.
Oh, man.
Come on back in here, Bama Dad. I think I hit the wrong button, brother. Probably my fault. Hope everybody had a good week. There's my brother. I tried to boot that sign you had on here, Bama Dad.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Six, how was your week, my brother?
It was a crazy week, to tell you the truth. We first thing was I got to order me a new holster set from Vertical, and then Penny got her new set in this week from JG6 Guns, and then work's been crazy. We've had electrical problems at work. We've been blowing servos out on machines and stuff.
Woo!
Going to the doctors and stuff. So it's just been a crazy week. How about you, Rebel?
I went to my doctor on last Monday, my family doctor. And he took a look at that cane I was walking on. And he said, you having problems? I said, what gave it away, Scooter? He said, well, the cane, for one thing. And I was like, well, yeah. I said, it sucks. And I told him about going to the and this and that. And started describing it's bone on bone and all that crap. Through it, and he sort of knows what I'm going through now. So, and he said I was going to a good surgeon. So, and we'll see what he says on the 23rd. They got to let this cortisone dissipate out of my system before they can even think about any kind of surgery, because there's a risk of infection there. So it's been a painful week, but I've been trying to lay off ibuprofen, but today I couldn't stand it after the second ice. And I had some food in my stomach, so I went ahead and took the ibuprofen. You know what? That works by those, and it didn't do nothing. So I just soon stay off of synthetic opioid. Thank you very much. Anyway, that, me trying to get this 222 to shoot, which I'm not pulling my hair out. I went down a rabbit hole with a lighter bullet. And, oh, well. Anyway, Bama Dad, how about you?
Oh, just another week.
Wow.
You know, like they used to say in that song, wheel in the sky keeps turning.
Yeah.
It don't matter how you feel or nothing else.
No, that's right.
Man, we got some celebrities out there in the side chat. How was your week, Mr. Walter?
Well, I actually had a pretty good week. Last week I wasn't here, of course. So I'm glad to be back. I was out camping with my old motorcycle group, and we had a good time up in the Sierra foothills, up in the hills east of Mario's town, Bakersfield. They were up there. A bunch of us got together. We get together every year, and some of the home brewers bring their wares up, and we have a big fundraiser up there to support a group called the Stewards of the Sequoia, and Sequoia National Forest is up there, and they do a lot of the trail work and keep the trails open for everybody, including the motorbikes. So that's what that was all about. And I got to the range this week, and I got some casting done here yesterday, and I got not one but two new shoot 'em up bang bangs in the house. I got out of California jail yesterday, and I brought them home. So we're going to be getting those up to speed here. I got to get some ammo made up and get them tested. I got them all barrel slugged and cylinder throats measured and whatnot, so I know where to size my bullets at. And they're a little different from some of the other ones. One's a 45 Colt 4 3/4 from Pieta with a 45 ACP cylinder that I'm going to use just for Cowboy 45 specials. And the other one is a 5.5-inch barrel in 4440, also from Pieta, but it's their premier model, and they've done a few nicer things to it. They got some really nice hand checkered grips, and color case hardening is actual bone and charcoal done by Park West Firearms for them. Really nice. You can tell the difference from the potassium cyanide type stuff that they put on their other ones. A really good looking revolver. So I'm looking forward to that. You guys will see them as they show up in some of the other series that I got going on. I'm not going to do a special on them or anything. So I was happy about that. It's always fun getting new stuff, right, boys?
Absolutely. I think
all right. So that,
and they, especially that 4440. I had to wipe this corner of my mouth.
It's an interesting round. Not too many people shoot it anymore. You know, the brass is, I won't say problematic, but it needs special treatment. You got to be careful with loading, and then you got to anneal it every 2 or 3 shootings and whatnot. But I like it. I got 4 firearms chambered in it now. So
tell me about special treatment for brass, Walter. We'll get back to that.
Been chewing on that. All right, so that's me. Hey, Kyle, how you doing, buddy? How'd it go this everybody?
Week? It went same old. Go to work all day, come home, complain about everything hurting. On days off, work on Jeeps in the pool, rinse and repeat. Same old. That's all I got. I'm quick and easy.
I've heard that.
Hillbilly, how you doing, brother?
That was a perfect line for that's what she said.
Yeah.
Bless you, Jamie.
Thank you.
I ain't easy, but I can be had.
No. I had a girlfriend told me one time I can be cheap or I can be easy, just not both at the same time. I'm not kidding. Hillbilly, how you doing, brother? Can you hear me?
I sure can. How you guys doing this evening?
How was your week, brother?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Just still on the mend of my leg getting healed, and which is doing better. So, well, excited about that. And that's been about it. Been editing a few videos and stuff like that. I'm ready to get back walking and get on the range, man.
I heard that. So last Saturday night, I watched Brooke live stream, and I was sitting here waiting on time to go over and join Hillbilly's panel. Next thing I know, I woke up sitting in this chair right here at 1:30 a.m. and I went to bed.
My goodness.
It happens.
We missed you, but I don't know how long I'll be able to be on here. It's like storming some, and since our internet is like aerial, you know, if it starts raining super hard or stuff like that, I lose internet. But I'll stay on as long as I can.
Well, we're glad to have you, brother. And I'm sorry I missed last week at your place, but I got a hint for y'all. Just a quick reloading type stuff. See if I can do this. When you're doing brass prep and you mess up a case, go on ahead and mess it up good so that you don't get it mixed up in with the rest of them. I took a pair of dikes and just crimped those down so I'll know, hey, don't waste no more time on that trash, man. All right. And these two are both 6.5 Creedmoor, and this one's a 350 Legend. But yeah, man, do yourself a favor. No
Mess that stuff
wasting.
up.
Yeah, no, you done messed it up once. There ain't no need in trying to revive it. It's like the second deer I killed with my buddy Billy. He said, "Now, have you ever field dressed a deer before?" When I killed my first one, I said, "No." And he said, "Well, I'm going to do the first one to show you how, but from now on, you got to do your own." So about 2 weeks later, I killed another one. And he says, "Well, you're going to have to do this one." And he said, I got down, I had it opened up, and I was scooping and, trying to reach up in there and do all the things you got to do. And he walked up. He said, "Are you trying to revive it, or are you doing an autopsy? The thing's dead, boy. Get down."
I love it. That's great.
He said, "I think that bullet hole in its neck's what done him in."
That's great.
But,
I shot a couple squirrels last Saturday, and first one is like, oh my God, I forgot how to skin one of these. I butchered that thing up. But the other two went just real quick. Boom.
right. Yeah, proficiency will escape you, but it comes back fairly quickly, I believe. So, hey, chessboard, what's going on? We'll call all y'all guys out over in the side chat. I'm showing we already got 30 up in here. So, y'all welcome. Come on in. We're going to talk about 243 and 6mm Creedmoor, and we might throw in some 6mm arc based on demands by our buddy Glenn Davis over there, telling us he wants to hear about some 6mm arc. And I don't know that. I have not researched the arc as of yet, but we got a real good article. Y'all want to go ahead and dive into this mess?
Get her done.
Sure.
You're on.
All right. We're basically we wanted to compare some of the older traditional type cartridges against these new things that are coming out. And last week we started with the 6.5 Swede versus the 6.5 Creedmoor, and there's some differences, but there's some similarities as we learned last week. So let's see if we can do this. I got a picture. Y'all want to see a picture?
Yeah,
Sure.
We love pictures.
I know, man. They helped me learn. Now, on the left right here, we have 243 Winchester and 6mm Creedmoor on the right. Y'all can see that obviously the 243 is longer, and it's going to have more case capacity than the 6mm Creedmoor. Basically, the 6mm Creedmoor, and if I'm wrong, y'all let me know. But I think the 6mm Creedmoor is the 6.5 Creedmoor, just neck down 5 more thousandths.
That's right.
And then evidenced by the fact that what we got here on the neck, the length of that neck right there, from right there to the mouth of the case, is 0.243. So the neck is the exact length of the diameter of the bullet. Now, on closer inspection, we can see that the neck is long, the shoulder is longer. It's a 30-degree angle here on the 243, but it's a 20-degree angle on the 6mm Creedmoor. The neck here is 0.263, so it's almost the same length as the diameter of the 6.5 Creedmoor, but it is a good 20 thousandths longer than the 243 from here to here. You can see that difference as well. So these subtle differences as they may be makes a big difference in cartridge design. So this guy who wrote this article, let me find out. This is on Red Leg Firearms, redlegguns.com. And this is by Brandon Lalkus, and it was published on June 25th of last year. So I always like to name my sources. But he'll tell you quick that who this article is for is you're choosing between 243 and 6mm Creedmoor for a new rifle build. You hunt deer or varmints and want to understand long-range performance differences. You compete in PRS or long-range matches and need cartridge level consistency. You reload and want to maximize brass life and accuracy, and you're frustrated with your 243 Winchester performance past 500 yards, and you want to run modern high BC bullets, 105 to 115 grains in a 6mm platform. So this is not for you if you only shoot inside 300 yards. Both cartridges work fine at that range. You're looking for a single best answer without understanding the trade-offs. You don't need to read this. You don't reload. You won't invest in proper load development, and factory ammo availability favors the 243 Winchester. Get yourself a 243. Don't bother to read this article. You're going to be fine. So if you're serious about understanding 243 Winchester versus 6mm Creedmoor beyond marketing hype, want to know which 6mm cartridge actually fits how you shoot, then the comparison will save you from expensive mistakes. So obviously, factory ammo availability is going to favor the 243 Winchester. It's a 70-year-old cartridge. It's been around since 1955. If you're looking for reloading consistency, then the 6mm Creedmoor, long-range performance, 600 plus yards, Creedmoor, barrel life and max use is going to favor the 6.5 Creedmoor. Hunting versatility, factory rifles is going to favor 243 Winchester. Modern bullet compatibility, 100 to 115 grains is going to favor 6mm Creedmoor. Brass quality and case life is 6mm Creedmoor. Midwest deer hunting, 200 to 400 yards is tie. They both work fine. So if you hunt deer and varmints with factory ammo inside 400 yards, the 243 Winchester is proven, available, and effective. If you reload, shoot past 600 yards, compete in precision matches, or want to run modern high BC bullets, the 6mm Creedmoor is engineered for exactly that application. So the parent case design comparisons. The parent case of the 243 is the 308 Winchester. Parent case for 6mm Creedmoor, 6.5 Creedmoor, obviously. The shoulder angle is a big difference, and I got those backwards. The shoulder angle on 243 is 20 degrees, and the shoulder angle for the 6mm Creedmoor is 30 degrees. It's steeper. Case capacity with water, there's only about 2.3 grains difference, or grams difference, whatever. The case length, the neck length there is a big difference, though. Although it's only 20 thousandths difference, but that 6mm Creedmoor does have a longer neck. And the Sammy maximum pressure for 243 is 60,000 psi, whereas for 6mm Creedmoor it's 62,000 psi. Why these differences matter? Shoulder angle. The 243 Winchester's shallow 20-degree shoulder allows for more case stretch during firing, which reduces brass life. The 6mm Creedmoor's sharper 30-degree shoulder angle reduces case growth and provides more uniform ignition, critical for precision shooting. Now, see, that's something that I would never have thought of. More uniform ignition. And the neck length, obviously, that's going to make a difference. The 243 shorter neck provides less bullet grip and less consistent neck tension. The 6mm Creedmoor's longer neck shields the throat from erosion and allows for more precise seating depth control with long bullets. That's a big deal. Throat erosion is a big thing too. That's your barrel life, basically. The 243 Winchester has slightly more powder capacity, but 6mm Creedmoor's 2,000 psi higher pressure ceiling compensates. When both are loaded to their potential, velocities are nearly identical, but the Creedmoor achieves it with better consistency. And that's awesome, man. But the real difference isn't velocity. Most shooters comparing the two focus on velocity charts. That's the wrong variable. The real difference between these cartridges is consistency under pressure. Ignition consistency, sharper shoulder angle equals more uniform burn. Neck tension stability, a longer neck equals better bullet grip. And the harmonic behavior, modern case geometry equals less vertical dispersion. And that's the problem with the 243 is vertical stringing at long distances because of the inconsistent burn. And that's why the 6mm Creedmoor consistently outperforms 243 Winchester at distance, even when muzzle velocities are similar. All right. Any questions or comments about that?
You summed that up pretty good, Jamie.
I think it's awesome somebody actually took the time to write an article in that manner. I mean,
yeah, I learned a lot.
From the get-go, it was, if this is the only thing you're looking at, stop reading.
Right. Right.
Stop.
Yep.
Right.
And a lot of guys will sit there and talk BCs all day long and don't realize that doesn't come into play till past about 500 yards. According to that article, it's 400, but I know he had to have a cutoff somewhere.
And we didn't even mention the 6mm rim. Or did we? I miss it.
Oh, we talked all about that.
That had a longer neck.
Yep. Longer neck, longer case, more case capacity. But its downfall was a couple things. It was brought out with the wrong rifling twist, because Remington looked at it as a varmint cartridge. And then it was loaded to lower pressures.
There's Uncle
But it's
Bob.
arguably a better case design.
Yeah,
Than
it
243.
really is. It's got more case volume. It's got more potential in either one of them.
I've got very little experience reloading with a 243. I mean, I've got some. Buddy of mine needed some cash, and he ended up pawning it to me, and I started reloading for it because I wasn't going to buy ammo for it at the store, and I wanted to shoot it. And I shot up his 20 rounds and ended up putting about 500 rounds through it, all reloaded after that first 20, playing with different bullets and powders and that kind of stuff. That cartridge is a shooter. I was only going like 300 yards with it, but there's videos out there of people shooting like coffee cans almost a mile with a 243.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I have nothing for the 6mm. Nothing.
Well,
I'm
it's
all
even
about-
better than 243 at distances out past 600 yards. And a lot of that has to do with optimum twist rates, too.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever even seen a 6mm gun. I know I haven't shot one.
I'm 6mm heavy. You come up here and you come up here in June, you'll shoot a bunch of them.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, we're going to take a break from that for a minute and get ready to call out the side chat here at the bottom of the hour. But before we do that, CW snuck in while I was. Yeah, 243 is 1 in 10 twist, Glenn. That's probably their optimal.
1.5 factory Remington and Savage.
The 6mm Creedmoor
1 and 8.
1 in 9 or 1 in 8.
Yeah.
And these heavier bullets, like the 108 grain ELD match, they recommend a 1 and 7.5 inch twist. We'll get back to this in a minute. CW, how was your week, buddy?
It was a good week. I got to the range twice. I did some casting. I did about 4 or 6 videos. I did a bunch of reloading. I got a really good load for the 300 hammer. Just overall, a really, really good week.
That is not me.
Someone forgot to put their pet goat outside.
I was thinking that too. We need more cowbell.
So yeah, it was a really,
we going?
really good week. I tried some stuff with the new 338, and I'm having a lot of fun with that upper end cartridge.
Yeah.
What are you making there, Rebel?
I'm bumping these 222s back.
Besides noise.
I'm about to say he's making noise.
That wasn't me. That was not me. No, if I wanted to make noise, that wasn't me. I was not playing an Azure song. There was not a lot of cowbell. I'm bumping these 222s back another 1,000th and a half because they're really tight.
So we need to call out the side chat. What should we type in, Walter?
Well, the 6mm have been kind of dominating. How about just 6mm? How's that sound?
There you go.
Easy to type.
And bang, they're off the screen. Way to go, guys.
Good thing you got a mouse.
If and you got a mouse.
I already had 243 typed in. I had to erase that and come back with 6 millimeter.
Wait, you could just put MM on the back of it. No, no, no.
243
Yeah.
mm.
Boy, 243
No,
millimeter. That would be.
That'd be a little on the
That's
large
what-
side there.
Yeah.
That's what Trump's shooting at Iran.
Yeah. Throwing them Volkswagens at them.
Can you believe someone tried to attack 3 destroyers with things the size of my bass boat?
Yeah.
I mean, come on,
Yeah.
man. I tried to figure the logic in that.
All out said that was Blue Oyster Cult. Anyway,
Well, Nazareth had a lot of cowbell too.
yeah, they did. All right, first in was CW2A. He is on the panel and in the side chat. Glenn Davis was next. Then Kyle Lusk had to do a double take, and he still beat all the rest of y'all. Wow. He's on
I'm not typing in the dark right now. I might be typing in the dark a little bit later, but not right now.
He's on the panel and in the side chat. So is Walter Viejo. So is Hillbilly Up. So is Hillbilly Up. So is Six Shooter Texan. So is Bama Dad. So is Mike Hester. Paul Loud's out there. There's Garage Guy 879. Dwayne 7834. The real Uncle Bob. Not all these fake impersonators, but the real Uncle Bob. IWS Bull is out there. Foot with a gun. Ron 2A Matters. Last of 3. Edward Petty. Bobby Barlow. 454 Boar. Oh, one guy. Ricky Baird. What's going on, Ricky? Let's see. Ozzy Osbourne. Miss Kitty. And y'all read up there, Miss Kitty's telling y'all how to refinish furniture, and she's telling you good stuff. Alaska 1, Andy. Vanessa Kitty again. Let's see. Chessboard, 6 millimeter, and he lost his 10 millimeter. Man, that hurts. Good comment there. Yeah, crash, rack, and shoot. 6 millimeters out there, man. Yeah. I'm going to tell y'all something. When it comes to gun stocks, I like to use that boiled linseed oil, and there ain't nothing spreads it like those.
Yep.
Just
Rub it in until he gets warm.
Mm-hmm.
then let it dry for a week and a half. Do rinse and repeat.
Yep.
Yeah, I built a dry cabinet in the corner.
That's the same with that True
with
Oil.
a furnace, so you can put it in there, and then no whiskers get on it, no dust gets on it. Like an 8x8 cabinet. It's like 38 inches tall.
That's pretty cool.
Keeps the dust off it.
Yeah, it would work a lot better than a garbage bag, wouldn't it? Dang, Miss Kitty, I don't even know what that means. Yeah, I do too. It means that garbage bags will stick to it. Yeah, we're desperate.
You're gonna go through all that work and get it all shined up, and then throw it in the back of the pickup and take it to the range.
Yeah.
It's gonna have carbon and soot and water and all kinds of other range gremlins all over it, but it looked good when it was done.
I'm learning to really love those hard cases. I got one over there. It's just I think it's a Plano or a Flambeau or whatever.
One of those guys.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and then I got that big one from Harbor Freight that kind of competes with that expensive stuff. I
Yeah,
forget
that
the name.
Apache line, I think, from Harbor
Yeah,
Freight. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty, solid cases. They're tough.
Oh, I love that case Jamie's got.
they're nice.
I mean, you need a long bed truck to carry more than two of them, but
No, you need a long bed truck to carry one of them, dude.
you need a long bed Sonata.
That's why I rented that Suburban to come down there. All them long gun cases just don't fit.
Well, I tried to get one, and they didn't have one for our trip up to Tennessee. There's old Everguns 50. What's going on, brother man?
All right, Kitty's getting way too technical.
I know. I'm gonna put that up there.
I put my science workbooks on the shelf like 35 years ago.
It looks really, really good when it gets done. I can tell you that.
Yep.
Especially like if you hand rub it in, like you said, Jamie.
Yeah, and you're patient before you put that next layer on.
Yeah,
Just like
That's what I
that.
used on that set of grips, the Smith & Wesson grips you sent me. That was just a boiled linseed oil finish. And I think I put 8 or 9 coats on that, all hand rubbed in, and then let it set for 3 or 4 weeks. And then I put just a real thin light coat of Johnson's paste wax over top of it to help keep them clean. Man, it came out great.
I like to
Feel
give them
good too.
3, 4, 5 coats and then knock it back down with steel wool, almost removing everything. All you're really doing is filling in the pores.
Yep.
Then you
Yeah.
give it a couple, 2, 3 more, and then, like you said, you got to let it sit for a good month, a long time, for it
Mhm.
to really, really set. It's not sticky after a day or
A
so,
week.
but
Yeah.
it needs to harden and cure, and it takes a lot of time. Otherwise, it'll mark.
I think that's good stuff.
There's a guy on Accurate Shooter that does stocks. His handle is BC'd, and he'll take a walnut stock and put like 9 coats of automotive clear on it. And you got to remember, these are bench rest rifles. They don't have to be matte or anything. And my God, it looks like he does paint too. And it looks like a 57 Chevy hot rod.
Yeah,
You can lick the stock and taste the candy apple. I mean, it's awesome. Mhm.
Yeah, CMP is where we need to go, Bull. We need to get Bama Dad to go with us, and maybe Ricky Baird. You all right with that, Bama Dad?
Anytime. There's a place not too far from there, but you got to be a member of it. Brock's Gap. They've got a mile.
that's something.
Wonder if I can lob a 308 in a mile.
I'm not doubting you couldn't.
I don't see why not. Even if you skipped off the ground a couple times, you'd make it there.
There's Mark.
Howdy.
Hey, Mark.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
Oh, I thought you wanted to go shoot.
Kyle, I don't know if there's a pine tree tall enough that you can aim at the top of.
A 1,000 yards is on the edge of that round's capability, but
308.
I'd probably go to 1,300. I can do
Well,
1,000 yards.
I heard
adjusting scope.
I was watching a thing about the longest 308 kill as a Marine Corps Force Recon scout sniper and his spotter, and he saw a guy stepping out of a French door on a balcony. They were firing an AK-47 at troops, and he said, "Look, I doubt I hit him, but I want to suppress his fire." So his first shot was 8 foot low. He was judging off the size of the door, and his next shot was 6 foot low. So his spotter said, "Just come on up this much." And his next shot, he hit the edge of the balcony. So he just raised on up and shot. I'll be darned if he didn't kill the guy. And it was 1,340 yards. And he said his problem was there ain't no building codes in Iraq. The door was like 8 foot tall, instead of 6'8" or whatever.
Yeah, long range is relative, ain't it, guys? You want to talk some more about the 243 stuff?
Yeah.
This article links several interesting articles. One is why your rifle is stringing vertically. That would be an interesting read.
Well, I always say vertical is neck tension or charge consistency, and horizontal is your booger hook.
Yep.
My first thought about vertical is loose scope.
Well, there's that.
Your scope moving back and forth. That's all up and down.
Yep, there's that.
Side to side, I'll look at bedding first, assuming you're using a factory or a good reload.
Yeah, all things being equal, like bedding and free floating the barrel and this and that.
Yeah, your 243. This author says that you're going to have higher internal pressure spike due to shorter neck and abrupt pressure curves. You're going to have snappier recoil impulse. You're going to have more felt recoil despite similar energy. 243 is going to be more sensitive to seating depth changes, especially with long bullets seated deep. 243 has a thinner neck and an older case design that can lead to less consistent neck tension, and it tends to show more vertical dispersion at long range because of all the above reasons, obviously. Creedmoor has a more progressive pressure curve thanks to the longer neck and the sharper shoulder. Has a smoother recoil impulse, easier despite impacts. It handles long very low drag, and hybrid bullets without encroaching into powder space. And that longer neck helps with that. The modern design with optimal case neck geometry allows for consistent neck tension and less vertical dispersion at long range when tuned properly.
But as far as killing, you ain't gonna know the difference.
Yeah, because you're not going to take ethical shot on deer or other game that's longer than 300 to 400 yards tops.
Right there is one killing bullet for a 243.
Is it
Hold on.
partition? 85
Yes,
grain.
sir. Yep.
You know, I got a load in my little arc, and I shoot. I think I told you this. 87 grain Hornady match bullets and 85 grain Sierra or Spear soft, and they all shoot 3/8 of an inch, half an inch on a bad day. I loaded the same load with those partitions. They're like 1.5 inches.
Yeah, they're not the most accurate bullet on earth. Now my gun
Plenty good.
my gun shoots some 3/4. Okay, which I'll take that all day long.
Sure.
That's that little savage sitting up here behind me, and it's evil. But the Remington I've got shoots them about the same.
I've been loading that Sierra Game King 100 grainers since the 80s, and we've shot out to maybe 150 yards with it. And we ain't lost a deer yet with it. It's in the
243. 243 is one of the first bottleneck cartridges I ever loaded for, and I didn't understand seat and depth and neck tension and this and that. I was taking good brass, putting powder on it, playing with a powder charge, and seating the bullet.
Well,
and
that's when I first started.
Yeah, I'd like to come back to the 100 or 95 grainers because those guns never shot them well, and just play with it and see.
It shoots. Ours with the Model 7 shoots that 100 grain Sierra good enough for deer hunting, and I actually load it to their book length, and I've never even played with seating depth, and it's like a grain under the max load, something like that. I don't know, it's been a while since I loaded one of them.
Hello, Hugh. You ain't late.
Paul Loud's been loading and shooting 243, 1 in 10 twist. It don't like those Sierra Game Changers 90 grains.
My little arc likes those. They shoot pretty good on my little arc.
Well, let's see what they say about the arc.
That arc is a 6mm Grendel, pretty much.
Yep, pretty much.
And it's a very efficient little dude.
Yeah, 1 in 7.5 twist. Well, I can shoot really heavy bullets. But I figure for my case, I've got the 6 rem with a 1 in 8 twist, and that'll be what I use the heavy bullets in. So that's why I shoot them little light ones. Plus, the six arc, 28 is about tops for those heavy bullets, and I'd rather kick them along over 3,000 myself. So I leave that for the 6 rim, and I shoot the little 85s at like 30, 50 in the 6 arc, and 3,000 seems to be the magic. Things just really happen well. You can track good. You can get on target fast. Bullet drops, stuff like that. It just seems more intuitive. it seems easier to do. I know my 25-45, shooting that right next to the 6 arc. I have a harder time anticipating bullet hold, and the arc is it's just better. And I attribute it to the faster velocity. Less bullet drop. It's really no more accurate. The 25-45 is the same sub MOA, sub half MOA shooter with loaded lights.
Same with the 645, I would think.
Probably, yeah, it's the same velocity range.
Yeah.
I was shooting a 110 at a little over 2,600, and I was shooting those 87s at like 30-50, 30-60, and they both shot. I think I shot 3.5 inches, 3.25 inches at 600 yards, and I was just a little under 3 with the arc at 600 yards. So that's
half
MOA.
MOA.
Yeah. That's, it's an inch difference, but at 600 yards, it's an inch difference. But, side by side, me shooting both my guns, I walked it right out to 6. I don't even think I missed with the arc. And it took me, it was a couple of misses with the 25-45. And I don't know, one's a bolt action, one's an AR, but they both, like I said, they both can shoot.
I know a guy that's just built a 25 Creedmoor.
Yeah,
And
that intrigues me. That not enough to have one, but that and the RPM, the 25 RPM from Weatherby.
yeah, with the
There's just so few bullets. There's only 2 or 3. They're like 135 this and 133 that, and but that's the magic right there. That's
he loaded some burgers and it didn't shoot them all that well. He loaded some Sierras and that thing started wadding them.
yeah.
So he's taking it to Piedmont this weekend to shoot at 600.
The 257. It can be a magic diameter. It's really close to 6.5 at 254.
They're finicky.
It's 7 thousandths difference. It's really, really close. It's really, really close. Matter of fact, it's so close. Look at your bore brushes. Most of them are 264 is the same brush.
Yeah.
That's how close it is. So they're definitely kissing cousins.
So the 243 and the 6mm arc are totally different animals and really should not even be compared with each other from what I'm seeing.
No, the arc doesn't have the velocity, but it's sure got a great case design.
Well,
Yeah,
I think the reason that it's compared, beside the fact that they're both 6mm, is the 243 is often not loaded to its potential. I mean, you look at a lot of factory loads and it'll say 3,000, but you run it over the chronograph, it ain't 29. It ain't 29. It's 28, 2890.
Yeah.
And you take a 100 grain bullet in that 6 arc and it's loaded to its full potential, it'll be 2,800 plus. So it isn't in the dated ballistics close, but in reality, the way they're loaded, it's not far behind it. But the 6 arc is all in at 28, 25-ish, where the 243 is not. 243 can crowd 3,000 with a 100 grain bullet. So I think that's where a lot of the comparison lies as well.
Yeah, the 243 has a much better, much flatter trajectory.
Yeah, it's got much greater case capacity. That's
Oh,
that's part of what I'm crowing about with the 6 rim. You know, what's the millimeters of a Creedmoor case? 51, 50, 50 millimeters. How long is that case? It's shorter than 243.
Yeah.
yes, it
Well,
is.
the 6 millimeter rim is 57 millimeters. It towers above both of those. So
Yeah.
that's all case capacity. Well, it's a lot of case capacity. The 6 rim has a lot of neck, so it does lose case capacity because of that long neck. But there's a lot of credence in having a long neck or a longer neck.
Yeah, as we read in the 243 article just a
Yeah.
few minutes ago.
Yeah.
That gives you
Good
better.
support, consistent tension. Yeah, it's a lot of pluses.
Yeah, and that steeper angle
Makes for efficiency, and cases don't grow as much.
yeah, less your barrels last longer, and it the release point, you get more combustion in there before the bullet is released and sent down the bore.
Well, if you want to see an old case design that was designed by a genius with a long case neck, there we go. That's a 222 Remington. Now you look how long that case neck is compared to a 223.
Yep. Yeah. A lot of them old ones really had long ones. 3006 is a good long case neck. 22 Hornet is a real long case neck.
Yeah.
Even another old 6 millimeter is a 6 millimeter Lee. That had a giant case neck.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them of that period that was the way you made them. 257 Roberts, 6 millimeter rim. They both have, that's the same case. They have good long case necks. Seven Mauser.
Sorry,
That's the way they made them.
Jamie.
Yeah, well, in the old days, they seemed to stop the neck length at the diameter of the bullet.
Yeah.
They thought that was sufficient, but as we're learning more and more about internal ballistics, it's these modern case designs they have their advantages. And y'all know I'm old school and more traditional. And I love those older cartridges. But like I heard a lady say today, and she was talking about DNA evidence and murder trials and stuff like that. You can't argue with science. You just can't do it. And
Hey, fellers. It's
Hey,
starting
man,
to
well,
really,
That's what
it's starting
Dr.
to really
Fauci
come
said.
down here. My internet's already starting lagging a little bit, so I'm going to jump off here. Great show. Thanks for having
All
me.
right. See you,
thanks for
Hillbilly.
being here, man. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. We'll
We'll
see
catch you
y'all.
on the next go round, brother.
Bye, Hillbilly. Walter done had to bail out because of he is hurting. Yeah, I don't know about that, Bull.
What's that?
He's
That look, when it comes to internal ballistics and DNA type science, you know, until you come up with something better, you know, we gotta trust the science. But when it comes to medical science, there's a reason that no matter how old the doctor is, he still says he's practicing medicine. I don't want
Mhm.
somebody practicing working on me. I want somebody who knows what's going on, right?
Yeah. Can I practice mechanicking, or do you want it fixed? You know.
Yeah. When it comes to mechanicking, though, and six will get a kick out of this, it's like they say, "Can you work on my Chromebook?" I'm like, "Do you want it worked on or do you want it fixed?" There's a difference.
We do 3 types of work here: good, fast, and cheap. You can choose any 2.
Yeah.
If it's good and fast, it ain't gonna be cheap. If it's good and cheap, it ain't gonna be fast. And if it's fast and cheap, it ain't gonna be good.
Yeah. I agree, boy. We don't want opinions, man. We want facts. Just the facts, man. Just the facts.
That figures.
There you go.
Another link they got in this article. Twist rate is critical for stabilizing long, high BC bullets, especially in cold air or high altitude conditions.
Yep.
6mm Creedmoor's longer neck and efficient case geometry allow you to seat these bullets out further without compressing powder, which 243 Winchester cannot do as effectively. And they got a link to understanding barrel twist rate, what it means and why it matters. That would be interesting reading.
Well, let me ask you fellas something since we're talking about these new improved cases. What around the other day of a guy, he's advertising his rifles, light, accurate. You know, they're up on the mountain. They're looking at an elk 1,100 yards away. He pops the shot. You could have lit a cigarette, popped a beer, drank half of it by the time that bullet hit that elk. Now, he killed it. Otherwise, they wouldn't even showed the video, right? He killed it dead. But that elk could have taken 19 steps by the time that bullet got there. Or he could have just taken 2. You know, there's one thing about warfare and long shots, and I know that it intrigues me, it intrigues everybody. Anybody likes rifles. But with hunting, what is ethical? If you can make it, is it still ethical? You know, that's a question. Not can I do it, it's should I do it?
I agree.
Yeah, many a online argument has been over ethics.
Mhm.
Ain't it so, Steve?
Yeah.
Ain't it so?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, that even relates to shorter distances. Last weekend, squirrel hunting with my air gun at 25 yards. That little squirrel was bouncing up and down constantly. I had to wait before I could get a shot at him. You know?
Right.
It's the same thing with a deer as you talking about, or an elk at that kind of distance, man.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've all watched the videos where the guy is just waiting and waiting and waiting, and he's waiting on the camera guy or waiting on the perfect angle. But of course, you know what you're watching is also the cameraman's angle. So although it's clear for you and I watching, it may not be clear for the shooter.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it gets frustrating. You know, you watch these guys, and then if you just shot when you could have, well, he doesn't have the same view as you. You know, so you don't even. It's not even real that way. It's frustrating at times. And I've been watching this guy from South Africa hunting baboons. Why it keeps popping up on my thing. I started watching a few of them.
I watch him.
He makes headshots.
Lord,
And it's
he's
like,
a sniper.
wow. I don't know how he gets away from it.
Yeah, he's
Look at it on
using a
YouTube.
six. He's
Yeah,
using
he's
the
got a
six
Dasher,
dasher.
he's got a Creed, he's got a 647. He's got deep pockets, that one. But, yeah,
They live on.
they hold right still for him. These animals don't bob around. They hold right still for him.
Isn't that a fruit plantation or something?
Yeah,
And,
he hunts farmers' land. Yeah, I forget what the name of his channel is, but he's a young kid, South Africa.
I've had a doe behind a buck I was shooting at raise her head up at the wrong time, and I ended up with 2 deer.
Yep.
I've done that before.
Impact shooting. CW.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's impact shooting.
Impact shooting.
I know a
Impact
lot.
shooting. Yeah, that's him.
I know a lot of people who get out there in West Texas, especially. You see those javelina, and they wait till 3 or 4 of them line up together.
Yeah.
One shot.
There's another guy on there, Pig Hunter. Him and his dad, they like to wait for him to line up and get a couple of them. I think his name, either it's his name or it's his nickname, is DAP, D-A-P. That's the father, and he loves to line them up.
Oh, my favorite pig hunting video is the one in the F-350 flatbed with the minigun on the back of it. I like that.
Yeah, Mark and Sam after work's a good one too, Paul.
Yeah, Mark's great.
Yeah.
Sam's a pretty good spotter though.
Oh yeah, and she's so short. She squats down on that bull bag, and I'm like, that killed me. You know, I couldn't get up after that. You know.
So I've been playing with that 338 ARC, and I ordered out some Maker bullets. They're solid copper. If you haven't seen them, I don't know if they're machined or if they're they got to be machined.
Nasty.
Yeah.
But they've got 3 slits.
Yeah,
in
they're
them.
machines. You know.
They got like 3 kerf. They're not even kerf cuts. They're full on cuts all the way through the bullet. But it opens up like a mechanical broadhead. And I was really susceptible of their accuracy, but they've been really good. They're kind of silly expensive, but they've been really accurate. And 2 days ago, I got to the range and I wanted to test for velocity. So I've been really frugal. So I'll load 5 loads, 0.2 of a grain apart, 1 bullet each, because there's no data.
Right.
And I get a velocity range, and then when I get my velocity range, then I will load a few and see groups, see how they shoot. And I've been really lucky in the velocity range. I've gotten some better than acceptable accuracy. Well, our berms are dirt, but they're pretty dry, and they're very loamy. You know, they're very, very light, fluffy dirt in the banks. There's no stones or very, very few stones. The hardest things in the banks are other bullets, really. They're nice, soft banks. So we were alone on the range, so I put 1 bullet into a nice soft spot, marked it at a ceasefire. We ran down, and I pulled one of them out of the dirt.
That's nice.
And that
They're
left
nasty.
the muzzle at 1,057 feet per second. So it was probably a little under 1,000 out there at 130 yards.
That's like getting shot with a grappling hook.
Yeah.
Just like everybody else gets on YouTube and their gel blocks.
Yeah, I got a 458 the shop. Paul is the president of Maker's Bullets, and we did a thing with him on 300 Blackout, and He brought me a 458 bullet pulled out of a pig's head, and it's like that. It's like a deadly copper flower, you know.
And these edges are sharp. All the edges
Mhm.
of these pedals, they're sharp.
Now, if you remember, CW, those things open up so quick they don't penetrate well. So you
Well,
got to
I tell
watch
you,
where
you know, in that dirt, it was about 9 or 10 inches deep.
Yeah.
Of course,
There's enough.
This
Right.
is 300 grains, not 200. So it's
Right.
one third more.
Yeah.
And if you watched any of Bill Wilson's videos when they developed that projectile,
Well, it's a little different because all of his are supersonics. This is subsonic. 1,057. This left the muzzle. This exact bullet was 1,057 feet per second at the muzzle.
he designed that primarily. He bought Lehigh primarily for pigs.
Lehighs are way more fragile than the makers. The makers have very thick pedals. The Lehighs, not so much. They're nasty. Don't get me wrong.
They're really good bullets. I don't down talk them. I mean, I'm using them in the hammer, but it's a different design. It's a different design.
Yeah, man, I'm learning lots of stuff from this dang article, fellas.
And I'm sure it can carry over to different calibers too, just explaining how things work.
Yeah. Did
Heck,
y'all
Jamie,
know
email that to me if you would.
that?
No, you don't have to be a member or anything. You just show up with cash or a card.
What we're talking about?
Lefty's asking about CMP.
You can become them. I think they have a membership, but I didn't see what it really gave you.
Well, if you keep your range cards that they sign off on and stamp for you, I think every fifth visit or whatever, you don't have to pay range fees, something like that.
Yeah, 5 or 10. I can't remember exactly.
It was such a small advantage. It really wasn't worth it.
I kept my range cards. They're in my range bag. I'll get them to punch it again. I can tell you that.
I think they're pretty picky on their electronic range about making you punch out at certain distances. But I think once you shot 100, I think you're pretty much free to go to the big range.
I don't know. That one guy was pretty dead set on it. I have to see 5 consecutive shots on target before I'll turn on the longer range. And Jamie said, well, you better not sit down because it ain't going to take as long.
Well, they got a bunch of retired gentlemen running the range. So
he ended up being pretty cool once he knew that we knew what we were doing. So,
yeah, I think he got on somebody for cussing that day. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, that was Ricky Barrett.
It was Ricky.
I mean,
Yeah, they don't like a lot of cussing up there. That's for sure.
Well, it is a family place.
yeah.
I like it when I was over there looking at Jamie's target, and I had to take a double take at it, and the guy said, "No, I need to see 3 shots." And Jamie said, "Well, there's your velocities right there, and there's 3 of them." He goes, and he takes his glasses off and looks down. And he goes, "Good Lord!" He's like, "Yeah, we'll go ahead and turn on that long range target for you." I'm telling you, it was 3 in the same hole. It took me for a trip. I'm like, "I see 2," and Jamie goes, "No, there's 3."
Look, man, we've been doing it for a while, and 100 yards with our hand loads and our rifles and our scopes, that's no challenge. That's it's just not. And
You can look over the barrel to get your left and right, and look beside the barrel to get your up and down and send it.
yeah, CMP is all right, but the Dead Zero is, to me, is head and shoulders above CMP with what we're shooting now. If you shooting you're shooting iron sights, CMP would have the advantage there. Or you not
And that's really what it was designed for.
Yeah, right. You're not going to be shooting. You're not going to be shooting past 600 yards with iron sights. I don't care who you are. Dead Zero has electronic targets, but so does CMP. But I guess it's because I'm used to the ones at Dead Zero that makes the CMP ones seem less attractive. At Dead Zero, you get your velocity at the target, so you're actually seeing your extreme spread, your standard deviation, your velocity on target at anywhere between 100 and 1,000 yards. Now, not anywhere, because they have targets at 100, 300, 600, 800, and 1,000 yards. So can you see what your numbers are at 700? Well, no, there's not a target there. But if there was a target there, you could.
Yeah, and those targets at CMP are about 5 times what the price of those are up at Dead Zero. I don't know if they've got the data, they just don't turn it on, or what's going on.
Yeah, that data don't compute there. You get you pretty much get you get a velocity of the shot and size of the group, basically. Well, what X ring it, what number of the ring it. Everything on their targets at CMP is based on those is based on those targets that they shoot in the military.
Yeah, I was about to say, it reminded me a lot of military range targets.
But at the same time, it's based on military style shooting, but they don't want you to cuss. And the name of the place is the Civilian Marksmanship Program, which is probably why they don't want you to cuss. But can you imagine a
Marine on there?
Yeah. Or Ricky Baird, retired Navy.
Well, we didn't go down to the handgun range. I bet you those cops was letting it fly.
Oh, you know it. Yeah, we went to shoot rifle. But boy, you would like the pistol range at Dead Zero, and you'd like the pistol range at Rebels Club. Lots of reactive targets, and that's fun. But when it comes shooting long range rifle, Dead Zero is the spot.
But then again, CMP had something that we didn't do that now I kind of wish we would have, was the variable range course where you have to range your own target, where they throw up a picture of a gazelle and you got to find the gazelle, then range it and shoot it. You got a certain amount of time. Do you remember that in the video?
Yeah,
I do.
We drove past it on the golf
yeah.
cart, but we didn't.
Couldn't see a whole lot, but and it went out to it went a long ways.
I'm thinking it went past 600.
No, I thought it went to like 1,300 was the rhinoceros or something all the way at the end or something.
I don't know. The guy told me that he told me that they had their minds set on going to 1,000 yards, but they didn't because they have to shoot over a gas pipeline. I said, well, if you're shooting over a gas pipeline, that thing's probably 15, 20 feet in the ground.
It's at least 3 feet in the ground, and ain't no bullet going to get to that.
No, that gas pipeline, that's a gas main. It's deep.
It was a long range. They said they couldn't tell us the exact range because they didn't want to give away the range of that rhinoceros or whatever it was. But no, I remember the dude saying that because I was talking to him at the rifle range about it.
I'll have to ask Trent, guys, and this will be for next year. I don't know. Trent's a member up at Hawks Ridge, which is about an hour north of me, and it's 1,000-yard range. They dropped out of IBS and went to another overseeing venue. I forget what it is, but
that's mountaintop to mountaintop, isn't it?
No, you're shooting over chicken houses. Yeah, and they added steel. They're getting big into PRS. So I don't know how they are about gas or this or that, but I'll have to ask Trent about them. And if I have to join, I would join. Take y'all up there. That'd be interesting to do.
That's like Brock's Gap is probably 20 minutes away from CMP, and they have a mile, but you have to be a member of it, and it's $300 or $400 a year.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they got 100 yards at their pistol range. The most I'm seeing at most of the pistol ranges I go to
50,
50, 60 maybe.
They might let you shoot the 100-yard sight end range with a pistol.
Yeah, you can do that at my range. You can shoot a pistol on the rifle range.
I don't know that they could care either, Kyle. At CMP.
There's
kind of
Most of your specialty pistols can be shot on a 100-yard range, no matter what.
Well, I know the range that I was a member of out here in Taylorsville. We put a bunch of clay pigeons up on the rifle range, and I was sitting there with my Colt just packing them off, and dude went ballistic on me. No pistols on the rifle range. I said, but you can shoot a 50 cal muzzleloader on the pistol range? What sense does this make? And he just kept going. I said, you're just jealous you can't do it. If that thing comes out of that holster again, you're out of here.
Yeah, but see, they don't want revolvers and automatics down there. But you bring out a single shot pistol, specialty pistol, they don't have a problem with that usually.
Yeah, we have no problem on either of my ranges at all. You can't shoot a high-powered rifle on the pistol range, but you could shoot a pistol caliber rifle or a 22 on the pistol range.
Right.
But pistols anywhere.
I mean, there's people, I've seen people shooting 50 cal muzzle loaders on the pistol range, and then I can't shoot a 45 on the rifle range. Come on, guys.
You sounded like Chris Farley when you did that. Yeah, I could just see Chris Farley. No pistols on the rifle range.
Oh, that's exactly the way the guy was too.
Yeah,
People I was with just looked at him and looked at me, and I'm like, hey, whatever. He's just jealous.
Yeah,
and I said it in a way that he could hear it. He's just jealous that he can't do it.
Don't have a hemorrhoid.
You're right.
No. I bet they didn't get another year out of you, did they?
Nope.
I don't even know if that place is still there, Kyle. I've called and asked about joining.
Really?
They're like, We're not accepting new members right now.
Well, that Brock's Gap is that way. You got to have somebody that's a member vouch for you.
Right.
Then
Yeah,
you got to
you
go
gotta-
in front of a committee, and I'm like, I don't have time for all that. When this guy down below me said, "Hey, you can come down here and shoot on my property anytime you want," I was like, "Yeah, buddy."
That's a bingo.
Yep. No more of these stupid rules. And I've gone down there 2 or 3 times, and I'm looking for an affordable rangefinder.
How long you want it to go out?
1,000 yards at
Well,
least.
they make them that are, what do you call an affordable? Under what?
Well, I just under what I'm willing to pay.
What? All right, what are you willing to pay? And I'll tell you if you're smoking crack or not.
About
Well,
$250, $300.
you
can
smoking
get 'em cheaper than that.
Yeah, you can get them cheaper than that. How reliable they are, I don't know.
You got to really look at them, because a lot of them are the cheaper ones are rated probably more than they'll actually do well, where the better ones will do more than they're rated for.
Right. And you can never go wrong with a good mil-dot scope.
I'm trying to think of who makes mine. I've had 2 of them. I had a Bushnell 400 way back. This is going back like 20 years. And that would read pretty good out to 600-700 yards. But it was rated at 400 because their thinking was it was, dead reliable at 400 yards. And for what I needed, it was perfect. But it just stopped working, and there was no warranty on it past few years, being electronics. And
I got a Nikon.
I want to say it's an Athlon, but I don't remember what it is.
Athlon and Vortex both have one.
I want to say mine's an Athlon. I want to say it's 850. But it will read like 1,100-1,200 yards, but it's not as accurate with its readings. In other words, if you've got a good flat reflective surface, it's good. But if you're reading like a round tree or a different sided rock or something, it's not going to be as accurate past the stated number. You go to the stated number, it's really good no matter what. So, like everything else, it's what you buy, you got to read.
Yeah, I don't know whether to say fortunately or unfortunately, but I'm going to put a AR-500 silhouette, a man size one, on one hilltop, and I should be able to get a range on that.
How many deer you see? How many deer? Yeah.
We're not getting
the what CW is talking about is how many deer you see with a stop sign on them, which is reflective. None.
So having a target like that, I shouldn't have a problem.
Right, shouldn't have a problem.
I have a halo.
Beyond its stated yardage.
Hear me?
There is one problem. I've got to carry that target back and forth.
Mine is a Halo, and I'm looking it up, and they've got one that will do 3,000 yards, and it's only 400.
400 for 3,000 yards.
Yeah, 340 for a 2,000 yarder. So you can get them cheap. I don't know what this one's rated at. They don't even list it on their
That's one of the
site.
ones that everybody was talking about. That's kind of a new one, isn't it?
The one I've got, I've had it for
Yeah,
quite a few years.
I've had mine for probably 4 or 5. I'm almost positive it's an Athlon. I know I had another one for a short time, and my buddy my buddy liked it and borrowed it, and then he bought it from me. I bought a new one. But the other one I had was small. It was like 500. You're cutting in and out, Mike. You're there, but you're not always there.
Got you. Okay.
We see your mouth moving, so it's like the opposite of Jamie. Jamie, we can always hear his voice, but he doesn't move. But you, we always see your mouth going, but we don't always hear your word.
Yeah, and I got good connection. Yeah.
Maybe it's the microphone. Is it plugged in or wireless, that microphone?
Plugged in.
Oh, it shouldn't have any lag.
No.
I was looking at
I
portable bench.
was just saying, can you hear me now? No.
I was
They
looking
can
at
hear me.
portable.
We hear you.
Apparently not. Okay. What the difference is what CW said. Apparently nothing's working because I hear Kyle laughing.
No, that was me.
Oh, shit. Reflective and non-reflective ratings. There you go. That's all I was saying.
You got, Mike, you got to go back and watch this on the rebroadcast.
Now that's me laughing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, mercy. But yeah, I figured that would come in handy for me since I need to get ranges on everything where I'm shooting because nobody knows what the distances are. I'm trying to decide. If I shoot one way, it's dirt into the side of a mountain. If I shoot the other way, it's a rock wall. How dangerous would that be?
I don't recommend the rock wall there. No.
All right, guys. Sorry I'm late. I got these two, and we're late for our verse of the week. This is a cheapo right here from Temu or one of them, the Jungle website, whatever. This is the one I've had the longest. It's a Halo. And I've been running the same battery for probably 3 or 4 years. But it goes out to 600 yards. Works good, lasts a long time.
That's one thing I don't do with mine. I don't leave the battery in, and I'm afraid it's gonna pop or something. That's what happened to the Bushnell.
You know, I was listening to a thing the other day because I've always been a huge Duracell fan. They said don't use Duracell batteries in anything that you're not taking the batteries out of because they corrode worse than any of them. They get
There you go. I brag on this battery and this thing won't come on.
Only on camera. Only on camera.
Mine uses a funky battery too. It's a short, fat one. I forget what the numbers are.
CR2 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It looks just like that, don't it?
Yeah, it's probably like that one. Yeah, Duracell, copper top.
CR123.
I can't get mine.
Yeah, no, it's not the 123. It's a little bit smaller than that.
It says CR2 on this.
Yeah, probably a CR2.
That's what this is, CR2.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to go find another one of those, and I'll probably buy Everready Bunny instead of that copper top.
Yeah, I just don't leave it in it. I put it beside it in the pouch, and I put it in when I go hunting. I leave it in when I'm hunting and such, or I leave it in for the season. But after the season, it comes out.
Yeah, it doesn't break your heart worse than to open something up.
Yeah, the battery explodes and you got corrosion in there, and then it's shot.
Dang, Del Pogue shot out to 12,000 yards. Woo! I hope
That's a poke.
1,200.
Did he use a missile?
I'm sure he
God.
put one too many zeros in there.
Yeah, I think to say 12,000 yards in a mile is what, 1,400 and something.
All right, guys, we're doing the verse of the week now. Y'all okay with that?
Yes, sir.
I'm positively okay with that.
Here's the thing.
Oh,
I find myself dwelling on God's love lately. This board
Yeah.
got out over 2 miles. And this is just what I'm studying on right now, guys. This is out of our Sunday school lesson for a couple of Sundays ago and coming up. So, First Peter 1:22. Since you have purified your souls in obeying the truth through the Spirit and sincere love of the brethren, love one another fervently with a pure heart. John MacArthur there says that the love indicated here by Peter is the love of choice, the kind of love that can respond to a command. Fervently means to stretch to the limits. Only those whose souls have been purified, i.e., saved, have the capacity to love like this. Such love exhibits itself in meeting others at the point of their need. That's big, man. Meeting others at the point of their need. That's why we go on mission trips. MacArthur's note there says, stretch the limits of our love for the brethren. And he says that this love exhibits itself, is displayed to all the world to see when we meet others at the point of their need. Helping those that need help is where the rubber meets the road when it comes to love for the brethren. And I know it's cliche, and I know y'all have heard me say it before, but they don't care what you know until they know how much you care. Guzik there, David Guzik on enduringword.com, says that love one another fervently. Holy living is incomplete if it is not accompanied by love. To be a Christian means to have a sincere love of the brethren, but we're encouraged to exercise that love fervently. Love one another fervently with a pure heart, having been born again. Such love is only possible and to only be expected of those who have been born again by the eternal Word of God. Guzik there stresses his point that this love is only possible and should only be expected from believers and Christ followers. I personally know of a couple of exceptions, and I have theories about that. So I think when a person shows that kind of love for the brethren, but you don't see them as a practicing Christian, I think that God's working on them and that they more than likely will be a Christian before too long. Here's another verse, just a few verses over in 1 Peter 2:2. Let me read that first verse to you, right? That first verse, it says, Therefore, laying aside all malice, all deceit, hypocrisy, envy, and all evil speaking, as newborn babes desire the pure milk of the word, that you may grow thereby, if indeed you have tasted that the Lord is gracious. So immediately my mind goes, when I read verse 3 there, if indeed you have tasted that the Lord is gracious, my mind goes to Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 and 9, which y'all have heard me quote on here before. And it says, for by grace you have been saved, though through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God, not of works, lest anyone should boast. So even the faith required to believe is God's grace. Before God's grace is extended, grace is defined as God giving us what we don't deserve. God's mercy is not giving us what we do deserve, is extended. Where does grace and mercy come from? God's love has to come first. Because of God's love, he chose to extend his mercy to us. God's mercy gives us a hope for life eternal with him in eternity, not eternal separation from him. So, because of his mercy, he chooses to extend grace to us. Salvation of our souls is the most gracious and merciful aspect of human life, but that's just where it starts. God's love caused him to extend his mercy to us. God's mercy and his love both combined for him to extend us grace. That grace is his gift of faith, which causes us to believe. That in turn causes us to want to learn about him, which we read here. Desire the pure milk of the word, that you may grow thereby. So Jesus says in John chapter 10, verse 10, Jesus says, the thief does not come except to steal and to kill and to destroy. I have come that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly. In Jesus, we have a promise of a life of profound purpose, joy, and peace. And one final thought, Romans chapter 8, verse 31 says, what then shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? And that's our verse of the week for the night. Questions or comments?
You know, you were saying how you find yourself relying on the love of God. And, you know, something that's been on my mind a lot lately is, where are we right now in biblical times? You know, and there's a place where it says, you know, that the love of many will wax cold. And basically, I like the way he says it in 1 John 4:19 through 21. We love because he loved us. If anyone says, I love God, but hates his brother, he's a liar. For the one who does not love his brother whom he has seen cannot love God whom he has not seen. And this commandment we have from him, that we are, that the one who loves God should love his brother also. And then that other scripture was, by this everyone will know that you're my disciples, if you love one another. It is I guess the best way to say it, it's the guidepost. It's kind of the acid test, if you will. You know, there's a lot of people out there right now saying, oh, this person's the Antichrist, this other person's the Antichrist. But we don't know. We have no way of knowing. And when you really look at it, when the Antichrist comes on the scene, it's not going to be for a long time. The Bible even makes mention of it's going to be a week. And the reason he's going to come on the scene in the first place is God's going to destroy him. So we don't really know where we are. I used to get real caught up in that, trying to figure out where we are right now. And the thing of it is, all that's fine and good, but where we need to be putting our attention is, are we being his hands and feet on this earth? Do we love one another? And sometimes loving one another doesn't mean just loving who you like. Because I'm sure from God's eyes, when I first came to him for salvation, I'm sure he probably looked at me and went, are you kidding me? No, because he's a father. He loves us. Everything that we see about God as a father shows us that his love endures forever.
Yeah, and that's what we've been talking about for about 2 or 3 weeks now on our verse of the week. MacArthur's notes there pointed us to the fact that we and Guzik, we're incapable of loving until we have the love of God in us. And
there's without the grace of God in your heart, there's no way that you're going to be able to. I think everybody knows somebody that you're like, well, I ain't going to go kill them, but I don't love them either. And
yeah,
if we're honest, I mean, and I'm probably that to some people.
we all have that somebody in our life that makes it difficult. I think I'm gonna have to go put this dog outside. Let's get ready to start going through the room. Anybody else got any comments on the verse of the week?
I think you did it really well, sir.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's a word in due season.
Well, thanks.
It really is. I mean, there's so much hell in the world right now,
And hate.
and just it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
To focus on something good is not always easy.
Last verse that I quoted there from John 10:10.
I don't know how to use it.
The enemy only comes to steal and to kill and to destroy. The thief.
I want to put right after that where he says, "But I know that you may have it more abundantly."
Yeah.
And
Came that they may have life and have it more abundantly. I'm reading Chessboard's note over there. Good work, man. Chessboard started walking. And that dang old Texarkana got me started walking. I'm up to 4 miles a day these days. So let's start going through the room. I'm going to let y'all start doing that while I go throw this loudmouth mutt outside. Mom, Dad, you want to go first?
I got a lot of loose ends to tie up. Other than that, nothing in particular. Got a lot of reloading I want to do, and a lot of working on my shop. I really want to turn it into a place to hang out. So, other than that, I'm going to pass it off to Mr. Lusk.
I just want to say thanks to everybody that was involved in tonight's production on the panel and in the side chat. Everybody remember to hit that thumbs up. Getting ready to go to bed. Got to be back up at 0400. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this again.
Dark 30.
But anyway, y'all just be safe. Take care of yourself. Always keep your head on a swivel. As everybody always says. Rebel, you there, brother?
I don't think he is.
6, talk to us.
Well, I got this past week, I got about 2,500 bullets casted, powder coated size. Woo-hoo! So they're ready to go. I got a couple hundred, pardon me, cases primed already.
There he is.
Get some more done. And then I'm going to sit down and just pull a handle on the press until I get them all loaded. So got all that going. Next Friday morning, Miss Penny gets Corporal Tunnel done on her right hand. So we got that to look forward to next week.
Has she already had her left hand done?
No, she hadn't gotten that done yet. Well, it's just after she broke it, it's starting to develop the corporal tunnel in it. And they said it would, so.
I slept like a baby the night after I had it done.
Yeah.
Like a baby.
Here's what you gave you some good news.
All right, Mike, what you got going?
I think he's froze. I think he's froze. He's chilly. He's a wee bit chilly.
Robot.
Try it now, Rebel. What you got coming up this week, bud?
Sorry, everybody's internet's goofy tonight.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Right
Once in
now.
a while.
Okay. Were you asking me how what my week looked like?
Yeah. What do you got coming up?
Everybody else has been cutting out too, so it must be me. Just another week of work developing loads for this 222, and moved on to 52 grain bullets and 53 grain bullets, and we'll see what happens. Kyle, what you got?
I done been.
Okay.
Mr. Ricky.
Then I've
already went, so it's Mr. CW.
Oh, look at that. Well, I just got this in to take a look at.
Swamp Fox.
Tomahawk 2. Yeah, I turned my screen around so that I can just point at this guy and mean Ricky and then mean everybody I mean to, rather than backwards, and it's backwards and you get confused.
right.
So my type is backwards. But this is a LPVO 1-6.
So I wasn't the only one that read Force was a Fox.
Yeah. Swamp Fox. So I'm looking forward to that. It's nice and clear. I like the looks of it. It's got a push-pull locking thread on the top and a capped windage. Really nice. It's got a simple, you saw the reticle there, simple reticle. And it's daylight bright green dot. And it really is full-on daylight bright. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Cool.
I got a Monstrum headed in to look at that as well. Same thing, 1-6. That's their new HD glass version. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one too. I got a package in from Otis. Video's coming out shortly. A big cleaning kit. Really, really nice. Really, really nice elite kit they sent out for me to review.
Is it the big tackle box kit?
It's in a soft case. soft.
Okay.
But it's substantial.
Yeah.
It's a big
Come on,
kit.
buddy. Come on.
So those are coming up. Having a lot of fun with this 338 arc. I worked up a load, finalized it yesterday, so I loaded up 100 rounds this morning. I'm going to do some things with that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I got 3 videos coming up this coming week, and it's going to be good. It's going to be a good week.
Very nice.
Jamie.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for being here. Thanks for sticking in till the end. I hope y'all liking the verse of the week. Thank you for indulging me with that. Other than that, man, let's leave you with this. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. We love you. There ain't nothing you can do about it. And if he's willing, we'll see y'all next Friday night at 8 o'clock. Say good night, y'all.
God bless
Good
everyone.
night, y'all.